What's up guys, Clark Schauer here with Six Pack Shortcuts, and today I want to take you through one of my favorite full body fat loss routines. But first I want to give my friends over at audible.com a shout out for introducing me to my latest favorite self-motivational book called The Gorilla Mindset by Mike Cernovich. Now this book really focuses on routine, self-discipline, frame, focus, mindset. I mean, it really all ties in together, and he really integrates these ideas into your workout routine. Not only just your workout routine, but you could actually use all of these self-enrichment, self-inspirational, motivational tools to help you not only in the gym, but out the gym, and even with your money-making skills, your friends, family, even with the ladies. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get started with this routine, and it's gonna be a killer one. It's actually gonna be about 500 reps. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty crazy. So we're gonna start with 100 reps, then we're gonna do 90 reps, then 80 reps, then 70 reps, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10 reps. So the first exercise is going to be jump rope. I'm gonna go ahead and go outside because I don't wanna hit anything up here. All right, so we're just gonna start with 100 reps over here. And you don't really have to jump high, you just kind of stay on your toes. I'm not the best at jump roping, but all you can do is your best, right? Woo. That's about 100. Next, we got 90 mountain climbers, and take a break between each one of these exercises, not too long, but just enough to catch your breath and be able to finish the next one. So, mountain climbers, you guys have probably done this before. You're kind of in a running start, and you're just kind of jogging in place. Those burn. Keep your abs tight when you're doing those. Keep your triceps kind of stimulated by keeping your arms bent. You don't want to keep your arms locked out, keep them slightly bent. So you're working your triceps, your deltoids, keeping the abs tight, and of course, definitely feel the burn in the quads. Next, we got 70 reps of alternating high knees. Okay guys, take a few seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, and follow me with these. All right, let's go. Man, those burn. Can't even pick my legs up anymore. So now we're gonna do flutter kicks, but I'm actually gonna do them 3 different ways just to show you guys in case one way or another doesn't really work for you or gives you issues with your back. Especially since I have a history of being in a car accident a couple years ago where I have herniated discs, and I remember, man, it was tough to do stuff, a lot of stuff with that. So the first way you do flutter kicks is basically you keep your shoulders up, abs tight, and all you're doing is alternating your feet like this, staying up. But some people, if your abs aren't strong enough, you end up just laying down like this with your back flat and kicking your legs. But what tends to happen here, you see this little gap underneath my back. I start to arch it right here. That's putting a lot of pressure on my lumbar and my spine right here. So that's definitely a no-no if you have any back issues. So if you can't do it up here because your abs aren't strong enough, you have to lay down, but that's gonna cause issues on your lower back. Best way to do it is just sit at the edge of something stable, like a bench or a chair, as long as it's stable, and you can just do your flutter kicks this way. So that way it's a lot easier, it's not a lot of pressure on your lumbar, on your lower back, and you can finish the exercise here. And we were doing 70 here. Burn. The burn is good. Give it a few seconds, catch your breath.
60 jumping jacks.
Really, there's not a lot of variations for the jumping jacks. The only difference that I can tell you guys is if you have bad knees or whatnot, you don't have to be up here doing them like that. You know, you can kind of just do smaller jumping jacks. So that way, it's less impact on the joints, on the knees, and of course, if you have rotator cuff or shoulder injury, you don't have to swing your arms all the way up here, because that right there can also bother your rotator cuff. So just smaller movements if need be, or however you guys like. So 60. Yeah, I got 10 left. Let's get some sun. Get my vitamin D. No one in 10 lines. Let's get some AC. It's getting hot. Here we go. You want to have some fun while you're working out, you know? 50 bicycle crunch. As the name implies, it's just a crunch. You don't have to be all the way up. And all you're doing is riding a bicycle here. Next we got 40 alternating lunges. Now you can do alternating lunges, lunging forward and return, or you can do back and return. The differences between these here and going forward and back is I feel that going forward and driving all of your weight back really puts a lot of emphasis on the quads, but wouldn't recommend it if you have bad knees. In that case, you would take a lunge back and you would feel more of the emphasis on the glutes and drive back up through the heel and alternate. So just descend, drive back up through the heel. And those are the two different ways. So we got 10 down. I'm gonna do 10 forward. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. then we'll do reverse. So stay in place, big one, back, back, 9, 10, 30. And of course you could always just do regular walking lunges too. So we're gonna do 40, so here's 10 more steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you have it, guys. 40 alternating lunges, walking in place, reverse, however you want to do it. All right, next we got 30 air squats or body weight squats or weightless squats, however you want to call them. I'm gonna show you 3 different ways to do it. One is your traditional squat. Feet about shoulder width apart. Keep all of the weight in your heels. Don't use any excessive forward lean when you squat. Keep your body upright, back straight. Come all the way down. And that's 1. All the way down. 2. All the way down. 3. All the way down. 4. All the way down. 5. 6. 7. I'm keeping my knees bent in the same direction as my toes. So there's no going in with the knees and there's no excessive out with the knees. So my knees bend in the same direction as my toes. So we got about 10, we're doing 30. I want to show you guys the next 10 for those that have issues with the knees, with the back. Obviously, you don't want to go that deep. Now, you always want to go full range of motion if you don't have limitations. But if you do, then you always want to stay on the safe side. So in that case, you're just going to go roughly towards 90. So same exact form, chest out, shoulders back, shoulder blades pinched, good posture, shoulder width apart, all the way in the heels, and you're just going to come about 90, that's it. Stop halfway. So you don't have to go all the way down. And also, again, all the way to my heels, not on my toes, I'm balancing on my heels, and I'm not leaning excessively forward here. My body is upright, back is straight, shoulders back, weight in the knees. That's it, okay? Now, as a trainer, coach, guide, whatever you want to call me, I train a lot of clients, and no matter how you explain something, sometimes people just can't do it. I mean, it's kind of like saying, just move your ears. Well, you either can or you can't, right? So I understand that it's sometimes more difficult than just merely explaining. And the problem I see here is a lot of people come up on their toes when they squat. This is no good. That is eventually going to ruin your knees. You see how my heels are coming up? That's a no-no. Keep all the weight in the heels. That is a yes. So how do you stop that? Well, instead of starting the squat position from a standing position, I just have to sit down. So, here we go. Come sit down, start from a seated position, and I tell my clients, don't let their toes touch the ground. So, just put the heels on the ground, don't let your toes touch the ground, try to stand up. Voila! There you go. Now you're learning and practicing the correct form to squat, driving through the heels. And just practice this until you get it down. So starting here, seated position, don't let your toes touch the ground, and stand up. There you have it, guys. Learn how to squat correctly, do them right, and get the results. 20 bench dips. Just keep your feet on the floor, and the further out away, the harder they are, the further in, the easier. So if you keep your feet right here, and you just dip right here, this is probably gonna be the easiest right here, okay? And of course, you wanna try to get it down to about 90 degrees. If you want a little bit more resistance, step your feet out, but keep your weight close to the bench. You see how my middle back is right up on the bench, and I'm not putting my hips out here, because that's not really doing it correctly, and it's a lot of stress on your rotator cuff. Now if you want more resistance, put 2 benches together and you elevate your feet on the other bench, same form here, and if you want more resistance, then simply add more resistance. That is all. All right. And when you're done, just once you hit a rep range where you can't do any more with the weights, then just continue on without the weights. So let's say you get tired here, put your feet down, and there you have it. 20 bench dips total, and last, just 10 burpees. You thought you were gonna get through a workout without doing burpees, didn't you? Of course, clean up after yourself. All right, 10 burpees. Let's just get it. Done. Now, this was not an easy workout. It's definitely a tough workout, but again, guys, think positive, stay positive, and focus, okay? Mindset, challenge yourself. Now, try to do this 2 or 3 times a week, and each week, try to set a timer and beat your previous time from the week before. I'm sure you guys can do it, because that's how we all change. That's how we get leaner. That's how we get stronger, is by adaptation. It's by putting that stress on the body, and your body adapts. You see, we're different from machines, because if you have a 5 horsepower machine and you push it all 5 horsepower all the time to breadline, guess what? That machine's gonna break down eventually. You do the same thing to a human body, guess what? That body becomes stronger. So anyways, talking too much. I like this motivational, inspirational stuff that I'm always reading, and I don't just think of this off of my head. I read books, because knowledge is power. And if you guys want free books, audible.com. Check it out, audible.com/Clark. It's a free 30-day trial. They got over 180,000 books to choose from. I remember when I bought my first actual thick, 400-page book, that thing costed like, I think it was like 30 or 40 bucks. That was when I was in high school. And if you calculate that plus inflation, that's like paying like $80 for a book. It's crazy. So get your free book. Let us know what tips that you guys want to hear next. Just comment below. Check us out. Until next time, I'm Clark Shao, 6-Pack Shortcuts. See you guys.